And by the way, let me tell you how dark whatever my presence was. When I arrived in that church, I mean, I wore my best clothes. It's like I was dressed like a hoodlum or something. I wore a good outfit. I wore a shirt. I wore pants. I wore a black jacket. But he felt so uneasy when I walked into his church. There's two police officers that actually became my friends later, but he had them sit down behind me to make sure that I don't do anything crazy. Because at the time there was like shootings going on in churches, and it was around the COVID time. A lot of crazy stuff was happening. But he felt some kind of like bad presence on me. Like I must have been disgusting to him. I sat through the sermon, and man, oh man, I heard every word he said. I've never heard a sermon in my life. Like I heard them, I've been present at them, but I've never heard them. I've never actually connected to my brain. And I sat there and I looked up and I heard every word he said, and it all made so much sense, and it was so perfect to where I was. I prayed and I worshiped, and everyone laid hands on me, and everyone prayed with me and prayed for me. And then he prayed for me, and he even gave me a book to study. I still have it. It's and just an Old Testament like study guide. That's just when I feel like I was saved, because at that moment, even though I didn't know it at the time, I wouldn't have turned away from Jesus. Felt at peace. I was able to go home. It was a temporary peace, but I was able to go home, and I was able to like relax, and I was able to like go to sleep, and I fell asleep and I had like the best sleep, and I didn't hear the screaming. It came back again, but I didn't hear the screaming at that time. So there's more to the story. I actually, before I even went home, I went and bought a Bible. That's the first thing I did. I went and I bought a Bible. I stopped at a Jewish store on accident because I looked up bookstore, and it took me to like a Jewish bookstore, and I was like, and I asked them like, "Do you guys sell the Bible?" And they're like, "No." And I was like, "Okay." So I went to a Barnes and Noble and I bought a Bible at Barnes and Noble. It was right by the witchcraft section. So I bought the Bible, and I was so productive before this time, but now I'm not productive at work. At home, I'm I'm scattered all over the Bible. I'm reading different things. Like Kent's like read James, so I read James. I really get stuck on James. I think I read James for 6 straight months. I have so many notes on James. I have notes and notes and notes and notes on 5 chapters. Like the whole Bible was revealed to me through the book of James. It's crazy how I look back into it, and like every new concept I learn from any verse in any scripture anywhere in the Bible, I could always relate it back to the book of James.